Hello, I'm Jay, owner of Volunteer Audio in Oliver Springs, Tennessee, and today I'm making a video showing you some of the latest headlights from Custom Dynamics. This is the Shark Demon series, and we're going to be installing it today on this 2023.5 CVO Street Glide. Follow along, I'll show you how to take the bike apart, how to install it, and show you that before and after footage you want to see of just how much brighter this light is over the stock light. All right, to be very honest, I actually like the look of this factory headlight. I think it looks great in the fairing, but it seems to have about the same output that we saw from the previous body style bikes, which just never was bright enough. And with the performance bagger scene being the hot thing right now, and this off-road style headlight being what everybody wants, we thought it'd be great to check out and see how bright it is, and also show you the install steps on how to put it in. So follow along and we'll get this bike, we'll start here in just a minute taking the bike apart. I want to show you just how easy it is to get the new fairing off of these new Street Glides. All right, at Volunteer Audio, we love Custom Dynamics. They make great products and they stand behind them. That makes it easy for us to take care of our customers and make sure that long term you're happy. But the other big thing they do is all of their lights are DOT compliant, meaning this light is going to be legal. And if you were to get in an accident, you're not going to be blamed by having too bright of some sort of off-road light. On top of that, it plugs into all the factory harnessing, so we're not modifying anything about the bike. It's going to void any factory warranties. Let's open it up and let's go over what we get when we order our Shark Demon headlight. Custom Dynamics always does a great job of packaging. But first we've got a sticker. Everybody loves stickers. And we get our directions on how we're going to install this in our bike. Along with that, we're going to get a hardware pack with some of the screws and bolts we need, along with a wiring adapter to help us install this light into the bike. They ship this light very well protected inside of this sleeve, as well as a whole bunch of foam. Look at that, that's a good looking light. Gloss black, and I think we're gonna see a very, very bright high beam on this one, as well as low beam. The factory's decently bright on high beam, but it's very lacking in the low beam. As we pull this foam out, we find the custom bracket that's made to bolt it directly in to this new bike. So we'll be installing this as we go through. So that's everything we have in our box. Looks very simple. We have a bracket, a couple bolts, a headlight, and the necessary plug to plug it into it. So let's get a fender protector on our bike and let's go remove that fairing, see what it takes to get this installed. All right, you're gonna need very few tools to actually take this fairing apart. And we're gonna start with a T25 Torx driver. We've already put a fender protector over our front fender because these fenders are very easy to dent. We don't want to drop our screwdriver and dent it. I also don't want to drop anything else as we're taking it off. First thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the 4 screws that are on the holding the windshield on. And as we do this, we're going to organize these in a bolt tray. So as we go back together, we can know which bolts went together, but we can also know that we've put them all in. Now you're just going to slide that windshield up and set it over to the side. Now you're going to expose here 4 more bolts that we're going to be removing. All right, there's one more Torx screw right here underneath the lever that operates your vent. So we're going to lift this portion off, set it to the side, just that cover. All right, so once you've lifted this part off, now you can grab and pull out on this vent panel, releasing its clips, and set it over to the side. So we're going to go ahead and unplug our headlight connector. It's right down here. It's going to be the one you see here with these blue wires. We would actually move this front handlebar so you can see it better. So we're just going to press in on this retainer. And as we press in, slide forward on it, and it's going to unplug. All right, so while we're here, we're going to remove a couple Torx bolts around the outside perimeter of this fairing. We've left the 2 on the front side still in place to hold it as we remove all of these. Now you will need to twist your mirror to get access to the upper screws. Now keep in mind there are 2 different length of screws. There's a longer one that goes on the top and the bottom, and a shorter one that goes back in the middle. So we want to make sure when we go back together we put them in the right place to make sure that we don't send a bolt out here and damage that outer fairing. All right, so that only leaves 2 bolts holding us in place now, and they're on both sides of this upper portion of our fairing. So I always straddle this front fender, put a little pressure on the fairing while I remove these, so there's no risk of it falling out. Now these do have little retainers that want to hold them in place. So you're just holding pressure as you loosen both of these. Once you get them both undone, you can take the fairing, take it off, and just set it over to the side. All right, so continuing on with some of the same tools, we're going to use our Torx driver to remove these 4 screws. We're going to unplug our headlight, and then we're going to use a panel removal tool to unpop each one of these wiring connectors. Let's go ahead and start with that wiring though. I'll go ahead and show you that now, and then we'll unscrew everything. So we're just going to be prying these out of the bracket so that the wiring can stay in the fairing. And I'm going to unplug the headlight by pulling out on this clip and then lifting up. That's got us loose from our headlight. Now we'll remove those 4 screws that are holding it in place. At this point, we should be able to lift up and just slide backwards, removing the light. Understand you're changing the weight of the fairing, so it's going to want to lean forward and set down. All right, so next step, we're taking that same screwdriver we've been using all along. We're going to remove the headlight adjuster bracket from that original headlight. So 2 screws down here at the adjuster. Then this headlight has 2 pivot points, one on each side. We're going to remove those bolts. A little bit tighter than the other ones. All right, so we're going to reuse this bracket and install the mounting plate for our new Custom Dynamics headlight. All right, so we're going to take our bracket that we got from Custom Dynamics. I want you to put the Custom Dynamics logo facing down. And I want you to notice on your light, it actually is marked top, and we're going to set it in here in a position where that is facing toward the top of this bracket. Now on each side, we're going to have some holes that are going to line up, and we're going to use the included hardware. There are 4 M6 button bolts with washers that were supplied with the headlight that we're going to be installing. We can use the same Torx screw that we were using, Torx driver. We're just going to install all 4 of these bolts holding it to the bracket. The bracket's actually going to allow us to use the factory headlight adjuster to adjust the headlight afterwards, so there's no adjustment to this. You're just going to put the 4 bolts where they go and tighten them up. I'm going to start all 4 before I tighten them, just to make sure that I don't get in a bind and make it harder to put the bolts in. As you tighten it, it's going to pull this bracket in to the headlight. We're going to do both sides. All right, now we're going to face that headlight facing down. We're going to grab the bracket that we just removed a little earlier from the factory headlight, and we're going to line it up and put it back on here as well. And we're going to use that original hardware that we just took out to put it back on this bracket. These are going to be a little harder to go in because they powder coat these after they put the after they do their machining. So you've got a little bit of powder coat that makes these bolts tighter. That's good. We don't have to worry about them backing out and falling out from the vibration of the bike. Tighten them so far, and then I'll go to the side bolts and get those back in. Now the side ones you can go ahead and go tight on because they are a pivot point, so they never get tight on the headlight bracket. I'm gonna grab a ratchet, I think, and go ahead and tighten these up because it's a little tighter than I want to try to do by hand. I'm gonna grab that ratchet and we'll tighten those final 2 up. All right, so now that I have those tight, we're going to be putting this back into our fairing with those same original 4 bolts. Now, these brackets, as you see, they actually slide underneath this outside parking light. There we go. That back in place. Going to line up our bottom bolts into our fairing first. So far, not a very hard process. So now that they're all started, I'm just going to make sure that my bolts are still aligned on each side as I tighten it down. Looks like they are. Tighten all 4 of these. Now we're going to take this wiring holder and we're going to snap it back in everywhere that we disconnected it earlier. That's our original headlight plug that we unplugged. Now we're going to plug in our wiring adapter here. All right, so we're going to install a couple zip ties now, just holding this wiring in place. All right, so now we're going to go back to the bike and reassemble in the same order that we disassembled. All right, so watch that wire, make sure it goes where it's supposed to go. Set that fairing in place here. Just starting both of these upper screws in place. All right, so now we have both of those in. We've got those tight. Let's move to our side screws. Here we're going to have 2 long screws and 2 short screws. We're going to start with a long one up here at the top. The middle one's going to be a shorter screw. And we got a longer one that goes back at the bottom. Once you get these 3 in, you can go ahead and tighten them down. These new fairings fit so good, and they fit only in one way, that we don't have to leave them all loose. And we're going to straighten our mirror back up. Let's go to the other side and do the same thing. Long bolt at the top. Short screw in the middle. Another long one here at the bottom. If you ever have one of these seem like it doesn't start right, just go the opposite direction, go backwards till you feel it pop or fall in, and it'll line back up. All these bolts are tight. We're going to straighten our mirror back up. We'll move up to our windshield. Snap our windshield trim back on with the little vent trim. Go ahead and tighten the screw that went to it. Drop this bracket for the windshield back on. All right, let's take the 4 bolts we took out of it earlier and get all those in. A lot of plastic up here, so I prefer to hand thread all these to make sure I don't go too tight with a ratchet or something to break the plastic. Put our windshield back in place. Make sure when you put your windshield screws back in, that you have these little plastic washers. That's going to keep you from cracking the windshield. Now you will see what looks like cracks on the original windshield around these bolts, and they are just mold marks. Your windshield is not actually cracked, but there are some mold marks around each one of these holes that make it look like it is. All right, so last step, we're just going to turn our handlebars again. We're going to find that wiring that we had from our headlight. We're just going to slide it back in here, plug it in place. That was an easy install. Very, very simple. Let's check out the look, see what it now looks like on the front. It's quite a bit of a radical change. It's definitely got the performance bagger look, but it also looks like it's going to be a whole lot brighter than that original light. So let me get my table out of the way, get a few tools cleaned up, and we'll show the before and after footage of not only what it looked like, but how bright the light is. All right, so if you need to adjust your headlight either up or down, you can grab this little piece of trim below the headlight and you can pull this off. That's going to give you access to a screw right here. It's a straight screw. You're going to twist it clockwise to go down, counterclockwise to go up, but you can go right in there and adjust that headlight where you would like to have it. Also, this part, I've seen it paint matched to the bikes. I think it looks a lot better when you get this painted the color of the bike, and we may do that here in the future. All right, so let me know what you think about the new light as far as the look of the light. I know it's pretty radical. It's got that performance bagger feel. It's not going to be for all of you, so please be nice in the comments below. But I'll tell you, it is bright. It is so much brighter than our stock light, and I was able to actually adjust the light up a little higher. DOT specs say that we need to have our light about 4 foot off the ground, 100 foot out in front of us for the best visibility, and the factory light was quite a bit lower than that. So this light is going to, not only is it brighter, it's going to shine out further. And I want you to see the footage. So check out now, Eric's going to put on screen the before footage of our light. Now check it out. We're just on low beam. I'll flash high beam a couple times. All right, so let's move on to our new light and check out just how much brighter that is. We have a more defined line across our garage door. It's brighter overall, and check out what the bright adds to it as well. It gets significantly brighter, but you'll notice that low beam is a lot brighter than the previous low beam. You no longer are gonna have to ride around with your brights on to see at night. All right, so if you're interested in one of these lights for your motorcycle, they make these for all the different year ranges. The only thing not out yet is a 2023.5 and newer Road Glide. It's coming soon. When they get it, we'll show you that. We'll show you how to install it and how it works. But we've already got the one for 2014, or actually 2015 to 2023 Road Glides. We have the Street Glides all the way from 98 through 2023. And as you see here on those 23.5 and newer body style lights as well. They're in stock at Volunteer Audio. So just go there, click the link above. It's going to take you to our custom dynamics lighting, and you'll see the Shark Demon headlights right there. At Volunteer Audio, we're always going to sell them to you at the lowest allowed price. We're going to give you free shipping, and you're not going to pay any sales tax if you're not in Tennessee, which means we're probably going to be cheaper than your local dealer on this part. We're also going to give you free lifetime tech support. So if you have questions while you're trying to use it, install it, we're going to be here to help, and we're going to give you step-by-step installation videos so you can save that labor money and put it in yourself as well. Like this video. By doing so, it's going to move us up in search results. It's free to you to do it. It helps us, and we appreciate you doing it. Subscribe to Volunteer Audio on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook to see the latest products for your Harley. See about the product, how to install it, and what it looks like in use or how it is in use before you make that purchase. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, God bless.